Hello everyone, Namaste. I am Neeraj Nachiketa, Faculty of Environment. I am going to discuss this year's 2026 prelims questions on environment. And you all know that the nature of the exam and the way the questions are being asked, that is changing. And the environment subject, when you look at, it has become very dynamic in nature. So I welcome you all to a very important initiative of Aram IAS Chennai, what is called as Bharat, right? IAS Bharat. So I am very glad and very honored to be part of this institution, and I'm going to teach subject of environment to students. So this year environment questions, if you look at the way it has been asked, as you know that every year one question you get from species, another from climate change, right? Then government policies and programs. These are the some of the theme areas where questions are always asked in the examination. Now continue with the same kind of themes. This year prelims 2026 questions are again based on that, but the questions are from very recent current aspect. So those of you who are following newspapers, the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express continuously, right, daily current affairs, you will be able to pick up the correct options. Again, you know that in UPSC Prelims exam, map based questions, mapping questions are asked, and you know that wetland, Ramsar site, always UPSC asks questions. So even this year, Ramsar site from Madhya Pradesh, Sakhi Sagar, it has been part of the question. Then national park, sanctuary, tiger reserve, again that part of it. So mixed type of question where national park, wetlands together being asked there. So what I'll do here, I will go through questions with the explanation and the answer. Now this is from set D. Right? I will go through it one by one. So let's begin here. Set D, here series D. Now this is the question number. We have taken the same question as it is given in the question paper. Question number 22. Let me read the question here. With reference to Madhav National Park, which of the following statements is correct? Now three statements given here. The first one, it was declared a tiger reserve in India in 2025. Last year, right? It was in the news. It became the 58th tiger reserve of the country. And NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, has notified as a tiger reserve. Earlier it was Madhav National Park. So first is correct. Now second, Sakhi Sagar, which is designated as a Ramsar site, is situated within its national park. Now if you look at here, Sakhi Sagar as a Ramsar site, that is located in Shivpuri in Madhya Pradesh, and is the southern part of Madhav National Park. So there is a Madhav Lake also there. So second statement also correct. Now its area is shared between Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. This is wrong. Then that's what you need to have good understanding of environment, and at the same time the map, geography becomes very important. So here the answer will be 1 and 2 because it is completely within the state of Madhya Pradesh, not in Rajasthan. So given choice, answer will be here B, 1 and 2, right? So this type of questions are asked every year in the prelims exam. Now let's move on to the next one. Now question 26. Now again the type of flora and fauna, biodiversity question comes. Now this time very unique from current aspect question has been asked, is about an orchid. So consider the following statements about Rhynchostylis retusa, foxtail orchid, right? Now number 1, it is an epiphytic orchid. Number 2, the species is endemic to northeast India. Third, it is the state flower of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. The state animal, state bird, state flower, state tree. It was in the news. So that the question came. Which of the statements given above is correct? So epiphytic orchid, that cloud forest or rainforest, tropical rainforest. Right, epiphytes are there which grow on the branches of trees. Right. So the first one is right. The orchid or orchid grown on the tree branches. So Correct. Now the third is also correct. Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, northeastern India, declared there. But second statement, the species is endemic to northeast India. Let me give you an idea here. This particular plant of orchid, ornamental plant, is found throughout South Asia and Southeast Asia. Now, when you say endemism, that is localized to a particular geographical region. So it is not completely into northeast India, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and all that border area, but you will also find in Southeast Asia. So in that context, second will be wrong. So answer will be 1 and 3. So answer is here B. B, that is the Bombay. So B, 1 and 3 as an answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now, question 28. Now, here United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC, held in June 2025. Again, current affairs. In France, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations demonstrates its leading voice on marine and ocean issues, especially on sustainable fisheries and aquaculture for livelihood, resilient and blue transformation. Complete current affairs based question. Now the question is that which of the following combination about the 4 betters proposed by FAO for blue transformation is correct? Which of 4 betters, what they have put as a theme of the conference being correct? Now answer will be B here. Better production is based on aquaculture, fisheries here, better nutrition, better environment like marine environment, marine biodiversity and better life. So answer is B, right? Let's move on to the next question. Now again, question 30, which one of the following is the first Plan 3 WIBO certified reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation, RED REDD plus project in India? Direct question. REDD plus, that is a UN project on carbon capture, carbon sequestration through the afforestation, plantation of trees. So WIBO means presently you are planting on the ground on the site and capturing the CO2, right? So here the answer will be here Khasi Hills Community RED Plus project. When you say RED Plus, that is a community level participation. So you know that Meghalaya, Garo Khasi Jaintia, so Khasi Hill. So there they have been started. That is a C as an answer there, not other options there. Now going to the next one, question 31, climate change. Now it's a long question. Let me read the question. Question 31, consider the following statements with reference to India's response to climate change. India's long-term low emission development strategy, LTLEDS, is a crucial tool for achieving net zero emission by 2070. You know that Glasgow summit, at that time India committed for net zero by 2070, right? Now second, India's 4th biennial update report, BUR 4, submitted in December 2024, recorded around 8% decrease in greenhouse gas emission in 2020 over 2019. That time frame, 8% reduction of greenhouse gases. Now third, climate resilient development necessarily depends on quick and short term achievement of emission reduction targets. So which of the following relationships, right, statement type relationships among the above statements are correct? Statement 1, right, is empirically supported by statement 2. 1 is empirically, that means quantitative, is supported by 2. That is what given here. Now second statement, statement 3 contradicts, statement 3 contradicts the approach implicit statement 1, the net zero here, and then climate resilient development contradicts this. Third, statement 1 and statement 3 together establish the premise for long term sustainability of the two. So given the choice at A, 1 only, that is a statement 1, empirical support 2, B, 1 and 2, statement 3 contradicts statement 1, C, 1, 2 and 3, that 2 and 3, and D, 3 only. So here the answer is, there's a doubt. It can be answer C also, it can be answer B. So if let's say B, 1 is correct, that 2070 India is committed for net zero. And second statement we look at here, that 4th and biennial report. So 2019-20, that was a COVID time, COVID-19, where we transport, lockdowns time period was there. many of the economic activities, factories, all were shut down. So the emissions were less, around 7.8%, 8% that we can see. But there is a doubt with respect to the third and second statement, that is C could also be answered 2 and 3, because 2 and 3 here, statement 3 contradicts approach implicit, that could be the part of it. 3 also could be statement 1 and 3 together establish the premise, and one is what statement 1 is empirically supported by statement 2. So that means the empirical support, right? So that based quantitative thing here could be wrong also, because it is taking only 1 year time period during the COVID time. But if you look at 2 and 3, that is okay. That can be part of it. So as the official answer key will be released, we'll be able to know exactly the mind of the UPSC. So that's what there is a doubt. It could be either B or C, right? So let's go to the next question here. Here, question 32, with respect to Western Hullock gibbon, species based question. Eastern Hullock gibbon, Western Hullock gibbon. And you remember that Hullock gibbon is the only ape found in India. It's endemic to northeastern India. And the two types, Western and Eastern. So Western Hullock gibbon, which of the following statements is correct? A sanctuary in northeast India is home to this ape listed in IUCN. That's correct. Right? Hogan Gopar. There's a sanctuary for Hullock gibbon that is found in Assam. That is a very famous sanctuary, Holland Gopar sanctuary, Holland Gopar sanctuary there. So there, this is correct. Then again, they have specialized brachiation and can easily swing between trees. Yes, gibbons are, they have hands longer than the toes, and they can swing in the branches of the trees, right? So they are very strong vocal cord also, and they have dimorphism between the male and the female. This I have been teaching in my classes. I have taught in classes. Sometimes I show the documentary on this particular animal. That is what has been asked. Now, they possess a strong and heavy build like gorillas, yet are remarkably agile tree bearer. That's wrong. Gorillas are more heavy built, 100 to 200 kilogram. But these are, creatures. Their agile is okay, but they're not very heavy built, right? In terms of body mass, they're not heavy built. Gorillas are heavier. The third statement is wrong. The answer will be 1 and 2. There's a B as an answer, right? Now let's go to the next one. Which of the question 33? Which of the following best explains the rationale for protecting mangrove forest? Mangrove conservation. Sundarban Delta, Bhitarkanika, right? Then we have in Tamil Nadu many places. Then Arabian Sea side, Kerala, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, run of Kutch. We have throughout east and west coast, including Andaman Nicobar Islands and all, we have mangrove varieties. So here, mangroves reduce tidal energy and store fresh water, making them ideal sites for paddy cultivation. That is wrong. See, it is prevent the tides and all, it becomes a protective barrier. But saying that it is used for paddy cultivation because it converts salt water into fresh water, that is wrong. Now second, their salt sensitive roots, that rhizophora, they scientifically called as that. So sensitive roots sea water, making the mangrove key to converting coastal land into freshwater aquaculture zone. It's wrong again. It can be done because nowadays that shrimp farming, prawn farming, people do there. And recently it was in news that Sundarban Delta, their mangrove forest being converted into aquaculture, particularly for the shrimp or prawns cultivation. But again, not for that salt tolerant sensitive roots which convert that. It can filter salt, but it's not that much. Now, by withstanding tidal surge and offering biomass, so mangroves function both as natural bioshield and livelihood basis for community. That is right. That part is okay there. So the answer will be here third. Three only there, right? That what comes here and part of there. But again, there is what I feel that in recent time it was in the news where the mangrove area is being converted. But again, most of the mangrove forests are under conservation. But down to earth magazine brought by CSE, Center for Science and Environment, talking about mangrove area being converted into aquaculture. What is part of this? So could be 2 or 3, but that could be either, I think C or D could be the answer here, right? But paddy cultivation is wrong, right? Those mangrove reduce tidal energy, store fresh water, ideal site for that could be another thing. So that's won't be there. So either C or D, right? Now let's go to the next one. Question 37. This also I have been teaching in the classroom. Doyang village, Doyang lake, Pangti village, what is called Pangti village in Nagaland, is a capital of Amur falcon, migratory bird, which come to Amur region of Siberia, Mongolia, and all those area come to Nagaland Pangti village. Doyang lake is there, right? It is known for conservation. People have conserved this. Now you can see here, Doyang. Which of the following statement with regard to arrival of Amur falcons at Doyang Lake in Nagaland each year from Mongolia is correct? It showcases how sustained local conservation efforts can contribute to the arrival protection of international migratory birds. That's right. It reflects, earlier they were poaching of such a bird, but now see here, it reflects the global success of advanced tracking technologies that guide migratory birds back to their stopover sites. See, India is a stopover site, but again they go to the South Africa, a very long journey, they migrate them. So now tracking system, radar system, as GPS tracking, which put on the chip, which the birds migrate, then can be tracked there. Now third, it is confirmed that Amur falcons have adapted to permanent residency in India due to favorable habitat change. Permanent residency, that is not very correct, because they are migratory birds which come seasonally there. That part is there, but if you look at a global success of advanced tracking technologies that guide migratory birds back to their stopover sites. So generally, if you look at a bird cycle, it goes complete a cycle there. It doesn't return back. The key term is here, doesn't go track back. Let's say bird migrate here, will take another route to go back to the first site. Like say Siberia here, Amur region. It doesn't mean that it will just go like and come back like this. So second may be wrong. So answer will be only here, one only, right? So that could be part of it there. And so now let's come to the 38. So 37 here, one only as a answer, A as a. Now this was 38. Which among the following is our objective of the rain-fed area development initiative under National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture? You know that National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture under National Action Plan on Climate Change. So now let's look at the statements here. Encouraging monoculture rain-fed areas, wrong. Crop diversification, diverse crop varieties, right? Not a monoculture. So now increasing rice cultivation irrigated area. Basically, rain-fed area program focus on unirrigated area which get water from the rains. The second is also wrong. Now enhancing productivity and minimizing climatic risk through integrated farming system, that is correct. So answer will be D here, 3 only, D as an answer. Now going to the next question, question 39. Which of the following are the most significant implications of obtaining Oeco-Tex certification for Aries silk in the global textile industry? Certification program, global level. So what is called here, Oeco-Tex certification for Aries silk. Muga silk, Aries silk in India. So now here, it allows Indian exporters to compete in high-end market that prioritize chemical-free products, right? Chemical-free products were made in that way. It confirms that Aries silk meets international safety, environmental, and quality standards, enabling its entry into premium eco-conscious market. That's correct. Both are correct. Answer is C, both 1 and 2. Now coming to next question, question 42. Which of the following statements in relation to Nirantar, that is the full form is National Institute for Research and Application of Natural Resources to Transform, Adapt and Build Resilience, that is called Nirantar, right? A platform under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. First one, Ecosystem Survey and Analysis, a vertical under this platform. The lead institute of which is Botanical Survey of India, BSI, headquartered Kolkata, is correct. The first vertical is there. Statement 1 is correct. This platform. Research and Management of Ecosystem Services is a vertical under this platform. The lead institute of which is Central Zoo Authority, New Delhi, is wrong. The Indian Council for Forestry and Management, that is a part, not CZA, not Central Zoo Authority. Second is wrong. Third, Capacity Development Support is a vertical under this platform. The lead institute, which is of which is Indian Institute of Forest Management, Bhopal, is correct. So this second lead institute is wrong. an Indian concept for the forest management. That is the management research. That is the second one, not Central Zoo Authority. Direct question, fact-based question. Government initiative program, where this is asked. So answer will be 1 and 3 only. B will be the answer. B for Bombay. Right. Now let's move to the next one. You know that now green hydrogen, National Green Hydrogen Mission. Right. And come to see UPSC asking question. Here the question comes, question 70. Which of the following statements with regard to green hydrogen is correct? It is decarbonized hydrogen obtained from natural gas reforming combined with carbon capture storage. That is wrong. See, when you say green hydrogen, that is obtained by electrolysis of water. That means water is split by electric current. Electrolysis of water and the electricity for electrolysis come from renewable energy sources, renewable power, like solar, wind power. That electricity, renewable power, is used for electrolysis of water to generate hydrogen. That is called green hydrogen. First is wrong. That is industrial. When you say CCUS, carbon capture utilization storage, that is from the industrial level, which we carry and bury under the earth and then convert into some other fuel. First is wrong. Second, it is produced using electrolysis water with electricity generated by renewable energy. That's correct. 2 is correct. Third, National Green Hydrogen Mission of India aims for abatement of nearly 50 MMT of annual greenhouse gas emission by 2030. That is correct. That is a target under National Mission on green hydrogen. So answer 2 and 3. So answer will be B, 2 and 3 only. First is wrong. Now going to the next question. But I think this is the one. So if you look at there, every year, minimum 10 questions asked in environment. So here again, you have a question. If you look at around 11-12 questions are there. So this is a very, very important for all of you to understand that you cannot neglect current aspect with the basic concepts of environment and ecology. So please, those who are appearing in the next year exam, so please make sure that you are following the newspaper, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change initiatives, international conventions, species in the news, protected areas, mapping part, and that is going to help you prepare for the examination. So I will see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. All the best.